What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Healness across all social media platforms. This is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and also validate the victims, survivors, and thrivers of said disorder, said toxic people, said toxic traits. Today's episode is going to be about signs that a narcissist is about to discard you. When is a narcissist going to discard you? Things like this. What are they thinking when they discard you? All about the narcissistic discard, pretty much. Before we hop into today's episode, y'all, make sure y'all check out my self-love journal that is available on Amazon. Lee Hammock, I Love Me, a self-love journal. Help you rebuild that self-love and authenticity before, during, or after a toxic relationship, y'all. But yeah, y'all, yeah. Let's hop into it. When is a narcissist going to discard you? Signs. How to tell if they're going to discard you, y'all. How to tell if they're going to. So when I mean discard, y'all, I don't necessarily mean break up with. Let me go and get it out the way. When I say discard you, to me, there's more than one type of discard. There's the emotional discard, and then there's the physical discard. The emotional discard happens when they emotionally disconnect from you. But like, just because they emotionally get rid of you, emotionally disconnect from you, doesn't mean that they will physically get rid of you. They'll keep you around. You know, some of them will keep you around physically and do just enough to keep you from leaving, or won't leave you. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to. They don't want to be apart from you, but they don't want to treat you right. That type of stuff right there. So the first sign, y'all, is the love bombing stops. If there is a love bombing idealization phase, it stops. It comes to like a screeching halt. It's like skeet. And once it stops, there's nothing else that can get it back started, pretty much. Once the love bombing phase stops, it stopped, y'all. There's no rekindling it. There's no going back to the beginning. I know you want to start over because the love bombing was intense. You never felt the love like this before. Y'all, trust me, when I tell you I've heard it all, I promise you I've heard it all. You just don't go back. There's no going back to the beginning of how it used to be, of how it was. It just doesn't work that way when you're dealing with narcissistic people. So when the love bombing stops, for whatever reason that it stops, a lot of times it stops because they see that you're a flawed person. And what I mean by flawed person is, y'all, you're just not a perfect human being. Nobody is perfect. That's the thing. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but nobody on this planet right now, living right now, is a perfect human being. But in the narcissist's mind, we see you as a perfect person. We idealize you. We create this perfect image of you that will fit us correctly. Like you are the missing puzzle piece to our chaotic life puzzle, right? So we put you in this, you fit perfectly within this puzzle, but then we notice that you're flawed. You don't fit exactly. There's a little space where you know how you do a puzzle and the piece looks like it fits, but there's like a little space. It'll work, but it don't work. You're like, it fit, but it don't fit. So they'll see that you're a flawed person. Like you just don't. Something happens. Something like you reveal that you're not. Like you said, you can just set a boundary out. You can set a boundary. You can say the word no. It doesn't take much for them for the flaws, quote unquote, to start popping back up. But that's the space that a lot of people fall into when you deal with narcissistic people, y'all. Your flaws pop up, and then they start treating you a certain type of way. Like they emotionally disconnect from you. So when the love bombing stops, they could be getting ready to discard you emotionally. They do kind of emotionally discard you right here. But then they could also discard you physically, because once you feel like, because the narcissistic person, once their love bombing stops, they feel like you lied to them. They feel like whatever you've been doing, you've been lying to them. They're like, well, damn, you lied to me, so I can't trust you. I can't do this with you. I can't do that with you. So they see it as you just telling them a whole bunch of BS, a whole bunch of lies and things like that. So they treat you badly. They definitely emotionally discard you, but then they might not physically discard you. They start looking for another emotional supply, so to speak. You know, they start doing that type of stuff right there. So that's one sign. That's one sign that a narcissistic person is getting ready to discard you. The love bombing stops abruptly. They stop treating you good. You know what I mean? And when the love bombing stops, you know what I mean, the negativity starts. You know what I mean? The negativity starts. The devaluation stage starts to happen, right? So once, like, this is a different sign right here, y'all. So once the negativity starts, like the love bombing stops, and they start being like negative towards you, right? They start telling little lies or big lies. They start treating you differently. They start nitpicking at everything that you say, everything that you do. They start picking at it. They start picking at it and picking at it and picking at it. They keep doing that type of stuff to you to mess with you. They keep doing that type of stuff with you to keep you to mess with your head, to put it inside of your mind that you can't. There's nothing you can do right here, right then, and right now. You mean they really change it up right there. Like they emotionally disconnect from you and they start treating you badly. They start being negative. Their mood switches. Their mood changes. You can tell. Like a lot of times, your intuition kicks in. You can feel that their energy has shifted. They just look at you different. Their body language is different. They seem like a different person to you. That's because when the negativity starts, they're typically getting ready to get rid of you. When the negativity starts, they probably already emotionally discarded you, but they might be getting ready to physically discard you as well. You know what I mean? Like I said, the emotional discard always happens. The physical discard may or may not happen. They will emotionally disconnect from you, but like I said, physically keep you around. That happens a lot. So if they emotionally discard you, just stay prepared, y'all. I'm like saying, because like they once it starts going into this stage, it might stop, it might stall a little bit where they start treating you better here and there, but it always goes back to this negativity, y'all. It just does. You know, it goes back to this negativity. They start treating you differently. Another sign, y'all, is their temper tantrums. Their temper starts to show. Who they really are starts to shine through. And when a narcissist feels comfortable enough to show you who they really are, typically they're getting ready to push you away. Now, it's kind of like when they take their mask off. You know, it's kind of like a movie. Well, they wait to the very end of the movie. It's, you know, a sequel is coming, or you don't know it. It's like living a movie with a cliffhanger. Like, you know, at the end of the movie, they take the mask off, and then you can see it. You can see who they really are. But then they don't really show the audience. Like, you know who they really are. What the audience doesn't know, it's just like the person in the movie knows when they take the mask off, you know who the criminal is, you know who the killer is, or whoever it is, right? But the audience doesn't know. It's really how it is in a narcissistic relationship, isn't it? They take that mask off, you see it, but the audience doesn't see it. And then it goes to part two. You know, it's just like you knew all along. Like their temper gets shorter, y'all. They start yelling and screaming at you. They could also become passive aggressive during this stage right here, y'all. They could become super passive against you right here. Like passive, it doesn't, like, you know, they could start, you know, exhibiting signs of narcissistic toxic rage, or they could give you the silent rage. The silent treatment to me is what I call silent rage. They're literally raging out at you by taking their voice away from you. So narcissistic people can rage out on you by being silent as well. So this stage, you know, when another sign is that they start giving you the silent treatment. They start yelling and screaming at you as well. Some of them during this stage right here, y'all, this is kind of like the real reveal stage right here, they start treating you different. They start putting their hands on you. This is when the physical violence aspect can pop into it as well. You know, this is the sign that a narcissistic person is getting ready to either physically and or emotionally discard you right here. That the rage starts to amplify, the temper gets shorter and whatnot. They don't want to do anything around the house anymore. They like really disconnect from you. You start hearing from them less. Like, this is another sign right here, y'all. The communication goes down. They start communicating with you less, right? They like everything. It seems like everything that you do becomes irritable to them. Like, they're irritated by everything you say and everything you do. Like, you can't win in this situation right here. Like, you'll say something small. You'll say something small, and it'll be a compliment, and they'll just pass it off like you were trying to insult them or something like that. You get a lot of narcissistic people who do that right there, y'all. They don't take compliments from you anymore. They don't give compliments either. So the communication goes downhill as well, y'all. All these are signs right here that that narcissistic person is getting ready to discard you. The communication goes down. They start withholding, like if you've been in a relationship with them for a while, they start withholding money, separating finances, and doing things like that. So if you see a narcissistic person cutting off your access to the finances, or splitting up the bank accounts, or, you know, getting separate bank accounts, or whatever it is, you know, hiding money, the financially abusive part starts to happen too. That could be a sign that they're getting ready to discard you. One or the other, maybe both. You know, they can be getting rid of you. You know, another sign a narcissistic person is going to discard you. Another reason why they discard you is because sometimes there's a baby involved. There's commitment, too much commitment. Like a baby comes involved in the picture. Like, that narcissistic person could be jealous of the kid. They don't want to be around the kid anymore. So it falls into that space, into that criteria as well, that they just don't want to be competing with a child for your attention. So they just disappear on you. They you know, the operative word a lot of times nowadays is they log out. You know, they log out, they get rid of you, and things of that nature. So you have to prepare for it, y'all. You have to be, you have to be mentally and physically ready for these situations to happen, because they're going to do it, y'all. I'm just telling you, this is what a lot of narcissistic people do. They will do it like this, and they will run you through the dirt. They'll run you through the dirt, and they'll run your reputation through the dirt as well. So just be prepared for this, y'all. Like I said, because everybody gets discarded one way or another. This is just not nothing you can avoid. I know a lot of people want to avoid it and try to make it work and do things like that, but it just really doesn't ever work out that way. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to make a plan for it. Like, these are all telltale signs. They start separating finances. They start coming home late. You catch them texting somebody else. They might start cheating. Like, there's so many different signs, y'all. But if the biggest telltale sign, y'all, and I'll leave y'all with this, is that they start, like I said, they start just disconnecting from you. Like, how you feel, your intuition, y'all. Your intuition tells you. Your like little empath antennas go up like an ant, and you start smelling. You can smell it. You can smell energy. You can feel energy with the little empathic antennas. You're like, feel it. Feel the empath. You know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. Of course, like and subscribe for more. And as always, y'all, Mental Healness is out. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video, y'all. I am truly eternally grateful for every single one of y'all that support the channel in any way, shape, or form. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that we can reach more people, to help more people. The self-love brand is available. I'm strong. I love me. It's a self-love brand. The self-love journal is available on Amazon as well to help you rebuild that self-love and identity, during the toxic relationship. Also, look into joining the channel memberships to get more behind the scenes perks and things like that, y'all. Thank you so much for your support.